So, you successfully finished your O-levels and now you're ready for your A-levels. Maybe you already have a solid idea of what you want to do, or maybe you are still weighing your options. And of course, everyone around you have an opinion. So you may be feeling lost, confused, or just straight up stressed about picking your A-level subjects. But don't worry, I got you. This video is here to guide you through everything you need to know. The A-level streams in our country, the subject combinations available, what degrees each stream can lead to, and so much more. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This channel is dedicated to our fellow Sri Lankan students to help you navigate student life a little easier. So if that sounds like something you need, make sure to follow up. Alright, so A-level subject selection. It's a kind of a big deal. The subjects you pick can literally shape your life, from the degree options you'll have to the career paths you will choose. It's safe to say this is your first real step in shaping your future. But let's be real. Most of you don't have a solid idea about your life after A-levels. Some of you might just be picking a stream because your parents told you to, because your friends are doing that, or maybe because you think you're not really good at anything else. I know we've all been there. Before you start stressing over subject selection, you need to understand what are the different subject streams and what combinations available for each one. In our country, the A-level examination offers several main streams for us to choose from. The four main streams are Science, Commerce, Arts and Technology. I know you might be wondering where the math stream is, but in most schools, both the bioscience and physical science streams are considered commonly as one stream. As far as subject streams go, science stream is pretty easy to understand. Physical science stream. In the physical science stream, which is also commonly known as math stream, there are four subjects: combined mathematics, physics, chemistry and ICT. In this stream, the subjects combined maths and physics are compulsory. But for your third subject, you can freely choose between chemistry or ICT as for your preference. But first you have to know this. If you take ICT instead of chemistry, your stream will be considered non-stream, meaning you won't get an island rank. Just your zip code and results. Also with ICT instead of chemistry, you can't apply for engineering degrees, and even the physical science degree, which requires all the three subjects: physics, combined maths and chemistry, or any other subjects listed down. On the bright side, you will still be eligible for many other IT degrees that you have fulfilled the entry requirements for, so you won't lack any options. Next, bioscience stream. As for the bioscience stream, there are also four subjects similar to what we saw in the math stream, except the subjects are a little bit different. These are the subjects available for the bioscience stream. Here also, the subjects biology and chemistry are compulsory, while you can freely choose your third subject between physics and agricultural science. Here, if you select agricultural science instead of physics, although you will fall under the same stream of biological science, there will still be some restrictions for your degree selection. For example, without physics, you can't apply for medicine, dental surgery, or veterinary science. But you will still be eligible for degrees like agriculture, biological science, and many others. Also, you have to keep in mind that this course of study has a really high Z-score values and demand lots of your dedication and efforts. So, weigh your option before you choose this stream for your A-levels. Next, Commerce stream. The commerce stream, which is also a very popular option among you A-level students, has a little bit of different structure of subject selection from the science stream. In theory, as you can see here, there are many subjects available in the commerce stream. Here, it is compulsory for you to choose at least two subjects from the subjects accountancy, business studies, and economics. And as for your third subject, you can select one from the 11 optional subjects listed down below as for your preference. But that is in theory. In most cases, you will be limited to a very few options with subjects like business statistics or information technology. Some schools might even make it compulsory for you to follow subjects like accountancy and business studies, so you might want to consider the subjects your school offers before choosing your subjects. The most widely available combination is, of course, accountancy, business studies, and economics, so if you are unsure, this is a safe bet. And as for your university entrance, don't worry, you will still be eligible for all the main commerce stream degrees like management, commerce, and business information systems with any of the following 11 subjects as your third subject. But of course, there are some degrees like accounting information systems and banking and insurance need some specific subject for you to be eligible for. So if you are interested in these degrees, you might want to look into this before you choose your subjects. Next, the art streams. This section of the video is a little long, so if you are not interested in the art stream, you can skip to the timestamp here. I personally found it really confusing as I was going through this section of the university guide because there are more than a few rules in selecting your subjects. So, first, all these subjects in the art stream are divided into four main categories, namely social science and applied social science, religions and civilizations, aesthetic studies, and languages. Each of these categories has a wide variety of subjects for you to select from, but of course, with some rules. So first, let's go through each subject category and talk about the rules you have to follow when choosing more than one subject from a single category. First, social science and applied social science. In this category, maximum number of subjects you can choose is 3. Which means you can choose 1, 2, or all 3 of your subjects from this category. Here, there are only a very few restrictions available for you to know. For one, you can only select one of the technological subject out of the 6 available technology subjects. And for the other, in these 2 sets of subjects, you can select only one subject from the subjects listed down. For example, you can select one from either accounting or business statistics, but you can't choose both as 2 separate subjects. Same goes with the other category including agricultural science and mathematics subjects. There is also another very important rule regarding this category, and I'll talk about it later in this video. Next, religions and civilization. There are a total of 9 subjects in this category. The rules here are also quite simple. First, the maximum number of subjects you can choose from this category is 2. And for second, if you choose a religion subject, you cannot select its corresponding civilization subject. For example, if you select Buddhism, you can't choose Buddhist civilization, but you can choose any other civilization subjects like Hindu civilization or Christian civilization along with Buddhism. Same goes if you choose any other religion subjects. Next, aesthetic studies. In this category, you can choose 1 or 2 subjects with the maximum number of subjects you can select being 2. Here also, similar to what we discussed earlier, if you are choosing 2 subjects from this category, it can't be from the same subcategory. Like if you want to select drama and theatre, you can't select the combination drama and theatre Sinhala and drama and theatre English, and so on. Our last category, languages. This part is a little important. Here, the languages available are divided into 3 subcategories: national languages, classical languages, and foreign languages. Here, there are 3 ways you can select subjects. If you are passionate about languages and want to choose all 3 national subjects or a mix between national languages and classical languages, you can go ahead and choose all of your 3 subjects from these 2 subcategories. But you have to include at least one national language if you are going for a mix between national languages and classical languages. This means you can select 3 national languages but not 3 classical languages. For example, you can choose Sinhala, Pali and Sanskrit or English, Greek and Latin. It's up to your choice. The other method is you can select 1 or 2 subjects from here with the maximum number of subjects you can select being 2 and choose the rest from any of the other 3 categories: social science, religions or aesthetics. Like if you are doing Chinese and French, you have to select your third subject from any of the other 3 categories. This means you can't do 3 languages together if not for the 2 combinations I mentioned before. That's all for the rules you have to follow if you are choosing more than one subject from the same category. Now, for the 2 ways for you to choose subjects for A-levels in order to be eligible for admissions to a course study in arts, I think I already talked about the second method when I was discussing about the rules in the language category, that you can select all 3 national languages, a mix between national and classical languages, or any 2 languages with the third subject from another category. That's it for the second method. What about the first method? This method is the one you all have to follow if you are not going with the language combinations I mentioned before. Here you have to choose at least one of your 3 subjects from the social science category. This is strictly necessary for you to be eligible for admissions to a course study in arts. You are free to choose the remaining 2 subjects from the same category or any other categories abiding by the guidelines we discussed. For example, you can pick history, then Buddhism from the religions, and art from aesthetics, or economics from the first category, dancing from aesthetics, and Japanese from languages. It's entirely up to your choice. Okay, I think I covered all the base rules for art subject selection, including everything you can do and you can't. But there's one more important point you have to consider before you go ahead and choose your subjects. Although in theory there are around 60 subjects in the art stream, most of your schools wouldn't be able to offer all of these 60 subjects for you to choose from. Depending on the school you are going to attend, it can vary from a wide range to a very limited options. So before you choose your subjects, it's better for you to check with your school if the subjects you want are available, and if not, what alternatives you can go with. This step is especially important for art students, so be sure to keep that in mind when you are entering the schools for A-levels. And as for your degree programs, you can simply refer to the university handbook and see what subject combination work for each degree, because simply there are too much degrees for us to discuss. Next, technology stream. This stream mainly consists of 3 subject categories. In the first category, you have the subject Science for Technology. You also call this SFT, and this subject is compulsory for you. For your second subject, you have to choose one subject from the second category between Engineering Technology or Biosystem Technology. And for your third subject, you are free to choose one from the 10 subjects in the third category. Some schools even offer mathematics, so it will be 11 for them. The most popular option you are provided with is ICT, but if you prefer to do any other subject, check with your school first to make sure that subject is available in your school. Also, since this stream is relatively new considered to the other streams, there is a possibility that still some schools might not possess with the facilities to teach these subjects, or they might have limited facilities. So keep that in mind when choosing your subjects. And as for your university admission, you are granted admission as mainly 2 different streams, each with a specific degree. Engineering Technology degree for students who did ET, and Biosystem Technology degree for students who did BST. Apart from this, you can also apply for many other degree programs you have fulfilled entry requirements for. With that, I covered all the details about available subject stream, the subject combinations, the ground rules, and eligibility for university entrance in each stream. I think by now you have a better idea about this whole A-level subject selecting process. But before we end this video, there are some important points I want you to know that will help you in selecting your A-level subject stream. First thing first, Minimum requirements. Most schools might provide you with minimum O-level requirements to enter to each subject stream. So even though you might want to do a specific stream, if you don't meet the requirements provided by your school, you wouldn't be allowed to select the subject stream you want. So make sure you meet those specific requirements provided by your school when selecting your stream. Second, weight your options. As you might have already noticed, some popular subject combinations gives you access to a wide range of degrees. But this comes with its own set of downsides. Some of these subjects require higher exit score levels for you to enter the universities, or those subjects demand lots of your efforts. These popular subject combinations also has a really high competition for university entrance, and in some of these a very limited number of students are admitted. So if you are confident you can give the time and effort each of your subjects require, go ahead. But keep in mind, being doctors and engineers isn't the only option you have. Third, align with interests, strengths, and career goals. Choose subjects you are passionate about and excel in. Selecting the right subject is an important decision that can change your university admission and future career path. So make sure to align your subjects with your desired career path. Next, school resources. As I said throughout this video, every school doesn't have every subject. Some subjects or even streams might not be available at your school. Some schools might even offer you different mediums for your subjects, or others might not. So make sure to find out what subjects your school offers before you jump into this decision. Last and the most important, don't follow the trend. I think this is the most important point in this entire video. I know lots of you guys do this. You shouldn't select your A-level stream just because your friends are doing that, your siblings did that, your parents are telling you to do that. This is much more important decision than for you to do what others do. This is your A-levels. This is your foundation for your future. Choose what's best for you, not what others tell you to do. And remember, whatever path you take, work hard and make the most of it. Alright, that's pretty much everything you need to know about choosing your A-level subjects. I really hope this video helped clear things up. I dropped all the helpful links down in the description, so feel free to check them out. I'm also uploading a simple and easy to follow guide on my blog, so make sure to take a look at that too. If this video helped even a little, go ahead and like, subscribe and tap the bell icon so you won't miss more study tips and guides. And drop a comment telling me what subjects you picked and why. Let's help each other out. Good luck with your A-levels and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.